Hey everybody, it's Bob Crossan, Senior Managing Editor for Water and Waste Digest. Today I have with me Veronique Bourgier. She is the VP of Strategy and Marketing for Veolia North America, as well as Melissa Demsky. She is Senior Director of Asset Management for Municipal Water for Veolia North America. We're going to talk a little bit about augmented reality in terms of asset management and all of that. So thank you both for being here today. I really appreciate you guys taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, I want to set the stage for this conversation by first defining what we're talking about when we're talking about augmented reality. When you guys are talking about this type of technology, what do you mean by it?
Yes, so I take this one. It's and it's difficult actually to explain, but to explain the concept of augmented reality when you didn't try it. So, but I would say that augmented reality let us see the real life environment right in front of us. So, and talking about this history, I would say the story behind augmented reality, I would say it's one of the biggest trends, technology trends right now, actually. And the difference between now and a couple of years before, several years before, it's now industrialized, meaning it's not a gadget anymore. It is really something we can work with and which is adapted to our activities in water, waste, and energy sectors. You know, augmented reality can be traced back to the, I would say, 60s. And I think one of the first applications was visual navigation tests for the NASA. But it really exploded actually with in 2009, 2010 with the revolution with the smartphone. So, and from that, actually, it has been more democratized, and we have heard about augmented reality for gaming, etc. And step by step, uh, the traditional use of our technologies and advantages have popped up in other sectors like logistics, manufacturing, retail, and much more. And any process or business activity that can be enhanced by visual overlays tends to benefit from augmented reality. And as I said, water, waste, and energy can now use it regularly in our business.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting use cases for this where you, like you said, there's this visual overlay to what you're seeing in reality, and the smartphone being a big thing. And like, I think the biggest cultural touchstone for that is probably Pokemon Go. Like, I mean, you mentioned gaming, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, so like think about how that functions if you've ever used Pokemon Go, and now think about like what could that visual overlay be if it weren't a Pokemon? How could that be applied to a water wastewater plant, right? So, on that note, like, what type of tech is Veolia using in this regard? Like, how are you guys trying to use this and find new ways to help out your operators and help out your management staff?
Yeah, let me start with kind of an example, and Veronique, please jump in too. So certainly with the pandemic, it really forced a new new reality for us, right? We had, like many modern organizations, we built a technical support group that really would travel, from site to site, providing things like condition assessments, technical expertise. And with the pandemic, with travel bans, and really that desire not to potentially expose employees any more than possible, that isolation at the sites, we really recognized we needed to find a new solution, um, a way to get to the site to support that. So one of the ways we first piloted augmented reality for our team was looking at condition assessments of the assets, and how do we provide an assessment that's a person who's not on site there at the facility, who could maybe want to use some specialized tools as well, and that site staff person might not be trained on how to use it. So how do we help the site person to, that mechanic, to be able to test the equipment and use these tools and get training on those tools at the same time? So that was one of our first areas of looking at where we could look at a pilot of augmented reality.
Yes, and to complement what Melissa said, actually, augmented reality allows collaboration. Actually, it's a communication tool. So, and in real time, just using smart glasses, smartphone, or mobile devices, etc. So there are plenty of applications for augmented reality in our business actually. So augmented reality solutions empowers remote assistance, and it's an example from Melissa. It could be also used for training for maintenance and operation staff, translating results of root cause analysis, and it's also problem solved in one locations, provided as solutions for other locations. So with this, actually, we can build a knowledge library. We can build a step-by-step instructions for specific maintenance tasks and or how to fix an equipment. So another example here could be virtual visits for inspections or visual verification of equipment or layout. So there are plenty of multiple applications for augmented reality at different step as well of a project. It could be for troubleshooting, could be for commissioning, it could be for maintenance services, emergency support, and expertise missions. It's for example.
Yeah, that's it. That's really interesting. From when I think about this now too, about the challenges that we see with workforce for example, within the industry of like the aging workforce and stuff, this kind of thing could be so helpful for like those new hires and whatnot, and getting that institutional knowledge that you have from the people who are about to retire into a place, like you said, this knowledge base that can now be communicated to them in a way that they understand it because they're young and they are used to augmented reality.
Absolutely.
And it was not possible actually at the beginning of the augmented reality. Actually, it was possible just this last years because, as I said, it started to be industrialized and not be a gadget anymore. Because now we have built-in functionality to track issues. We have ability to easily create annotated training videos and to replay. We have this replay feature. We have also kind of, I think something which is interesting as well in augmented reality, and depending on what we are doing, is the license we have to use it. And you need permanent license for people or experts who are at the office usually, or working from home during the travel ban, etc. But you also need what we call temporary single use per issue, I would say, licenses that can be quickly issued to people on site to easy allow temporary use of system. Because you cannot say to the people, oh, we will use your augmented reality, we will solve your problem very quickly, but let's wait 3 days because I will send you some smart glasses, I will send you, it's not possible. So we needed a tool actually which will allow actually to be connected from different devices. So smart glasses, it's right, is one of them, but we also needed to be able to connect with us very quickly, send a link, download the application on the other side of the world, maybe, or of the country, for North America, for in the US, for example. And we needed these two types of licenses and also this flexibility regarding the choice of the tools. So, and at the beginning, actually, augmented reality was only available with smart glasses, which was an issue for us. We cannot say to our customers, oh, let's wait 3 days, we will send you smart glasses. No, usually, or people, or staff on site, or customers, they all have, smart device. So we can just send them the link and they download the app.
Yeah, it's about reducing that barrier to being able to use it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
If the barrier is too high, then no one's going to use it, and you don't get the benefits of it.
Yeah. And same thing for the smart glasses, actually, at the beginning, they were very fancy. It was not exactly what we were looking for. We wanted some smart glasses with safety certifications, something which is really robust, that we can clip on a hard hat, with voice control, noise cancellation, and voice recognition features. So now everything is exists, I would say, and is industrialized. So,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
allow us to use it very easily.
Yeah, that's hugely important. In terms of like forward looking, like you talked about how the evolution has gotten to the point where now it's like, oh wow, we can use this more regularly. How do you see that extending moving forward? Or what types of evolutions are you thinking that you can operate with down the line once there's a better understanding of how we can use this and how we can scale it and whatnot?
Yeah, I think we, the more people that get exposed to it, that start to see it, start to come up with ideas and things we haven't even thought of. Our safety team, who typically would do on-site safety reviews, how can we get new pairs of eyes looking at the site, to do a safety walkthrough with someone, and uh, sharing the idea of sharing from one facility to another that might only get together, once every 3 or 4 years in a group setting of project managers, could now share senior maintenance technician ideas across the country, or even across the state. It's so hard with travel and things these days. So I think that innovation is only limited by our creativity, and that the more we use it, the more we're going to continue to build and find. We're building not just maintenance, but safety, operations. It just grows and grows.
Hmm. Yeah, one of the other questions that I'm certain that some of our audience is going to want to know is how this differentiates itself from, say, digital twin, which sound from a very broad speaking, they sound really similar to each other, but they are quite different when it comes down to the actual technology. Could you explain how they differ from one another?
Okay, so indeed, there's a trend. It's not an easy
Yeah, it's
crazy,
a big one, right?
and I think you can ask 100 people and you will have 100 answers actually, because this definition of digital twin is not so easy actually, and I will give you one of the definition of it, I would say. But clearly, actually, there's a trend actually within the water industry and over the industries, because we have the same observation within the waste and energy industries, to use more sophisticated technologies to support operations. So here, actually, we mentioned augmented reality, and it's part of our upgrade assets offer. It's part also of our catalog, actually, of our upgrade portfolio. And actually, we have a wide range of digital offers to reach the different needs of our customers. So we have, for example, in Upgrade, we have three areas of expertise. We have Upgrade Connect to create a continuous link with the client and give an access to information and expertise. We have Upgrade Support to assist and advise each customer with regard to its operational and strategic issues. And augmented reality is part of this one. It's part of Upgrade Assist, which is part of the family Upgrade Support. And we have also Upgrade Improve. And it's where I will start with digital twin. Part of Upgrade Improve, we have Upgrade Performance and the Upgrade Footprint to improve operational and environmental performance of the client's equipment and infrastructure. So with this wide range of digital offers to reach the different needs of customers, we have one which is part of the Upgrade Performance, which this one is the digital twin solution. And my definition here would be digital twin is a new integration platform that connects technology and operators in a unique way, as it provides a holistic view of systems and enables data-driven decision making. So in other words, digital twins are digital representation, I would say, of physical infrastructures, its inner workings, providing a description of the current state of the system, as well as predictive analysis of its future evolution from data acquired in real time. So it's also a way actually to see what might happen if we were to make certain adjustments in real life, meaning that we don't have to make some dangerous changes in real life. We can simulate them and see what it can what the benefits or what are the results are in it will be fake, and we will see the results before to push the button and say just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a more
I think
intense version of modeling, right?
Yeah.
exactly. And I think the difference with augmented reality, using the facility example, it was the technician sees the equipment in front of him and an overlay, and our expertise is able to put, descriptions and details and points specifically, like attach the probe to this point on the motor, right? And attach this piece here so that we're getting consistent readings, and how to set up the tool, push this button. And so directed live information right at the same time. And that sort of, thinking of reality, right? Where the digital twin is sort of this virtual situation.
Mhm. Awesome. Well, I mean, on that note, I probably should have asked this earlier, is lessons learned with AR. I'm sure that you've learned quite a few lessons on how to implement and how not to implement. What have been kind of the biggest ones that you guys have taken away from this process of learning and iterating?
Yeah, I'll start with Veronique. I'm sure may have some too. For us, one, you still need the on-site person's time, right? It doesn't negate that interactivity, and you need that real connectivity between the technician on site and the expertise, remotely. It doesn't shorten the time to do a condition assessment or a safety walkthrough, and really it involves that person even more, because they need to be that connectivity to help see and view and point the right way. So making sure you have time allotted to really understand that, where if you're sending a technician direct, or a technical expert, then they might be off on their own, or they might be with that technician, but really understanding that partnership and the needs that they have. I think the other one is connectivity. Where treatment plants are out remote places. Sometimes you're in basements, you're in tunnels. So, having that Wi-Fi or cell connectivity, and in some cases operators may not have cell phones or smartphones, and so making sure even today that we have the tools we need. I think those were two of the big lessons for us, to make sure we're prepared ahead of time to support the sites the way we need to.
Yeah, just one thing we can add, Mel, I think is also the safety. Actually, using this. If you compare, actually, when you use your cell phone or smart glasses, with the smart glasses, actually you have your hands free. So it's another layer of safety, actually, because if you have to climb ladders or whatever you have to do, you have to your two hands free, and it's very important as well.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Well, last question here before we end everything is, what are some recommendations that you have for facilities that are looking at augmented reality, or that may be interested in trying it out? Are there some foundational things that they could test out before kind of exploring the more advanced things that you guys have started to explore now?
Yeah, I think my recommendation is really, as we talked about, there's so much technology out there. It can be really hard to figure out where to start. And first understanding what your needs are, what you're trying to solve first, and then work backwards to what that solution could be. What is the outcome you're looking for? What can be tailored? You can start small, as Veronique mentioned. You can have something, you can download an app to the phone and connect with that subject matter expert, versus the glasses, and that's a bigger investment. And I think starting small, talking to others, hearing their experiences, and really understanding what you're looking for out there. I think those are, for me, kind of my suggestions of first steps for folks.
Any more to add on that, Veronique?
No, very well
Yeah,
covered as usual by Mel.
yeah. I feel like the answer is really similar to like people who are interested in trying out like smart water stuff, right? It's like, just start with one sensor. Like, maybe it's a pH sensor and you want to
Exactly.
make sure they know how to maintain it properly, and you use AR to give them the manual for how to clean the sensor or something like that.
Exactly.
Something small like that can be a game changer for some folks.
Yeah. And then as people pick it up, they're going to come up with those ideas. They're going to brainstorm. They're going to get, excitement around that tool. And, you can help to make the decision shape from there.
Yeah. And who's a better person to come up with new ways to use it to enhance their job than the person using it? So
Exactly. Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the time that you spent with us today and talking about this subject. I think it's really cool. I think there's a way, even more expansive things that you can do when it comes to even like create like constructing a project too. Like that's a whole nother area, but
Oh my
also
gosh.
very cool. But yeah, it was great to talk to
Absolutely.
you guys about this. And for everyone who's watching, we will get some resources from Veolia and link that in the description so you guys can see some of the things that they're talking about or read more about their frameworks and whatnot. So, but yeah, thank you both, Melissa and Veronique. Thank you so much for being here. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
having us.
thank you very much, Bob, for the invitation.